Hello and welcome to our Monday night show. Yeah, hello and... okay. Hello to all of you in the chat. Yeah, already some activity there. So let's get going. I'm happy to play a couple of games. I've been on duty all day teaching, but haven't played a single game. Let's see if I can get some games going. We have a couple of title players on, so should be possible. Any fan favorites on? That should be checked. Yeah, a couple. What about Yardbird? No, don't see Yardbird. Oligas is not on. Yeah, my own rating started. Also has suffered a little bit. Gajar, something like that. So we get a check defense. Yeah, this line is not particularly great for black, but it is tricky. Let's see what he plays with bishop g4. Whoa, what? Are you friggin' serious? So if I take on d5, he's going to play e4. Okay, let's keep it simple. Or is he taking with a pawn even? That would be quite crazy, but maybe. So he took on e4. Whoa. Okay, so I'll take f6, I guess. So what is he doing now? Taking on f3 maybe. This actually threatens f2. Yeah, I can play the Caro-Kann. It's just that I usually forget about it. It's not that I'm totally against the idea. It's just that when it comes to me having black and they play e4, I just play my normal stuff. Okay, so I'm just a pawn up here for nothing. At least that's my take on it. No, I'm a pawn up. I don't see any compensation. This one, okay, to d2, I guess. Bishop h6 is certainly useful to have. So is he going to castle long in this position? Maybe. No. But okay. Probably he will do that just to irritate me. If he castled short after bishop h6, his position just is worse for without any particular chance of counterplay. Okay, this is what he does. So let's go bishop h6. I don't think he wants to get my queen to h6 for the pawn on c2. No, so he takes it. And yeah, let's see. D5 or a couple of good continuations here. Can also double on the F file. Knight double on the F file maybe, but it's not quite clear. Yeah, how can you help teammates and club members to improve? Well, this is a general question, yeah, how to improve at chess. I mean, when it comes to spend a certain amount of time, it's a good idea. It was Russian Fusion says, do some tactics. Yeah, constant tactical training is a good way to use the time. Okay, well here I wonder, do I really want to take there? Queen g5 is also a move, threatening. Yeah, threatening to take on f7. He's got f6 though. Okay, I'm just going to take, keep it simple style. And now maybe just c3 or yeah, I just go c3. Queen g5 is a dangerous move. Yeah, queen g5 and knight g4. Those look very dangerous. So I'm going with this. Don't think much more. Maybe I should have, but this is definitely dangerous here. Yeah, rook f7 basically wins, right?
Check. Check. Black resigns.
Yeah. Yeah, tactics you can do on your own. Tactics trainers, this kind of thing. So let's get a new game going. This whole line, by the way, is quite questionable, but white has to play a4. Anything else doesn't really cut it. Okay. It's a question how much time somebody has. Pinata asks if I have Polish roots. Yeah, this is a matter of definition, certainly. Let's be correct there. What is the correct word of that? Like the a father of my grandpa, yeah. they come from what is nowadays called I don't know what it's called nowadays. It's nowadays in Poland. It's it was part of the most eastern part of Germany back then, which is nowadays yeah, since the Second World War, is of course Polish. So it's not like I was born in Poland or my parents or something, but back then those areas were German. So we have the Berlin here by Kirlian, which is quite surprising. I think I go d3. I goes d6. Okay, so we just play normal looking Ruy Lopez. Yeah, I've played a lot of my repertoires actually. I've played the Benko, a lot of the English. Yeah, I use the lines myself. Yeah, I wonder what he's up to. Maybe f5. Like knight h7 and f5, that's possible. Nope. Yeah, sure. It's a typical Eastern European name. But in my family, nobody speaks Polish, for example. They just, at the time, the beginning of the 19th century, they migrated from that area of Europe to where I live now. So he's weakened c5 here a little bit, surprisingly. And I'm not sure if that helped to put it on c5, but it's quick here. Okay. Interesting. Where is he going with this? Knight to c4 or maybe knight b7? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm working on e4 repertoires, yes. Yeah, king and knight versus king is a draw with good defense. So we get to trade this one. But now I should be able to... He took with the king. Yeah, okay, queen d2 is a good move anyway. So let's see here. He will probably put the queen to e7. Can I do something about it? I can maybe do this. He will go queen e7. And no, he's not going there. But this is not so great, right? Queen e7, bishop a4. This is not very nice. Bishop d7, I think I can even take. Queen, no, I cannot take, but close. That's not fun. Just doubling doesn't do the trick, I think. I just wonder, I mean, let's do this. It's a little bit I would have liked to check this a little bit more thoroughly, but I think it's still interesting, so let's do it. Queen e6, queen c5. He has to return the exchange, I thought. He's a tricky player, this guy. Okay. Unfortunate. So I cannot even take on e5 now. At least it doesn't net anything. That was really useless, yeah. I just had a great position and then I misjudged this thing. And that position really sucked for black. Just doubling was good. I didn't see rook d8. I kind of had the fear that something was wrong, but I didn't quite sense what it was. Let's see, is that such an easy win? Maybe it is. Knight b6 he wants to play. Okay, then knight f4 comes.
Time warning.
And pretty awful is that he has such a crap rating. He is much stronger than this rating, so this is an extremely costly game. He's usually sitting on 2,400, 2,500. It's a bit weird. So, yeah, still continuing here, but yeah, I just gifted him an exchange. Yeah, the e4 work that I'm doing is I'm just looking at the Sicilian. Other things are secondary. Why it's taking a while. He didn't find anything here, so I make him look again. So what's going on here? Yeah, not much. Try to go to e3. Queen a6 is probably good. Knight, okay.
Check.
Wow.
Check. Check.
Yeah, I lose on time.
Check.
He has really misplayed that completely, but I'm not
Check.
able to use it.
Check.
I'm just
Check.
losing on time. Okay.
White forfeits on time.
Nah, there was trouble. There was trouble. Just I could not give up the exchange. That was a bad idea. I should just play normal moves and be fine. So, let's get a new game. Oops, I should switch that off. It's a bit of an annoyance here, this sound. Okay, yeah, I should not take on d7 there.
Game started.
Simply overlooked rook d8. So, Kevente. Who is Kevente? No further information. I don't, those profiles sometimes. So let's see what happens. Yeah, this is an interesting line that I recently picked up. Yeah, this early H-pawn thrust is quite dangerous for white. It's something that I found while compiling my English opening repertoire. Wow, that's a bad move, d5. Wow, okay. Yeah, bishop takes, knight takes, they're both good. I think bishop takes. Yeah, he has closed down his diagonal here, giving me a huge edge on the king side. What? That is a weird way of playing. Yeah, so how do I kill this off? I think maybe a queen to g6 could be an idea. Or is he playing for long castles in this position? If he does, I'm going to let's just fire here. You're not going to castle long now. That much I know. I have an idea, knight e4 here. Okay, that won't work. Yeah, so where is White's king going to go at the end? Not easy at all. Rook g1, I can take h3. Yeah, so e4 I'm not sure about if that is that great. But let's do this. Open this up. That's not exactly comfortable for White. If he moves the rook now, I'll have bishop f3. And knight takes, queen takes. Looks dangerous. Yeah, it's going to be very dangerous. Let's threaten knight takes d5. Yeah, this pin is not easy for him. And the king cannot move. It's not quite sure how he's going to handle this situation. That looks pretty terrible. I don't really see how he coordinates. He can barely move anything. I just wonder if knight takes d5, how good that actually is. But it is probably quite good because I'm threatening knight b4 and then invasion on d3. After he took with the bishop, the light squares. Yeah, that's an important important thing that is mentioned in the chat. Openings that are named after animals are usually bad. This is a rule of thumb that is working quite well. So if you come across animal named openings, it doesn't really hurt to just don't play them. Yeah, so I'm going to take him. Idea being knight b4 mostly. Yeah, I can even take it. Bishop e4 or knight f4 is also interesting. That threatens knight g2 checkmate. Shouldn't be that bad, huh? Let's do it.
Check.
I'll take the queen.
White forfeits due to disconnection.
Well, kind of fits. Anyway, he forfeited due to disconnection. Now that's not a good line anyway for White. I think after he played d5, that gets tricky. This looks extremely aggressive and it's dangerous. It's definitely dangerous. The hedgehog. Yeah, that's true. The hedgehog is quite good. the black line. The black line is okay, actually.
Game started.
If you play it somewhat conservatively. There are some ways of playing it that are just not going to work well. But if you don't do anything fancy, it's okay. Just like the Philidor Hanem variation isn't so bad. Yeah, dragon counts, I think. But it's not as bad as the typical animal opening. Yeah, but that's no good, paranoid. Okay, I played this too quickly. And now he's okay. Just h5 or whatever. Yeah, that's annoying here, that he gets away with this. This black line is completely terrible. What he played, takes on d4, bishop e6 is just completely terrible. I played knight d5 too quickly. Yeah, here this is just an absolutely terrible position for black. Even just a3 is good, and then attack on the king side. I would mistime knight d5 here, unfortunately. Yeah, now black is fine. The ending is fine. Yeah, he's got a good ending here. That's very typical. The endings are good. I forgot that rook fc8 cleared the f8 square. That's really annoying. I mean, this is an unplayable line. It's really unplayable for black, this kind of stuff. I'm not exaggerating here. I checked this for my repertoire suggestion, and it's just completely bad for black. I played just knight d5 far too quickly. Yeah, funny animal opening name is the vulture. That was developed in Germany by Stefan Bücker. The snake Benoni is also pretty bad. Why didn't I take with the rook there? Not quite clear why, huh? This position is just uncomfortable. I cannot easily take here. I probably should, though. I don't really see anything better.
Check.
Tja, rook f1, that's not the kind of move you want to play, but I probably have to. I still cannot get over that opening thing. Really hate to let people get away with bad openings. Okay, this is still not totally easy for him. My king here is quite active, and I can run the b pawn up the board. Okay, the question is now, I think I'll put this up. If he takes here, I check and take h7. The g-pawn is rather dangerous. This endgame isn't clear at all. This isn't clear at all. If he cannot take on h4, it's not quite clear what his move is. I should have thought about this. I really should have. Okay, let's attack the e-pawn. Cannot push the b-pawn then. Yeah, let's go behind it.
Check.
Yeah, the b-pawn is rather quick, but
check.
That also
check.
Applies
time warning
to the d-pawn. So I can promote now. Let's see here, rook d8. After that I cannot move my king over. Rook b1, f4, king c5, f3, king... I don't know, can I draw that? Rook d8, f4, king c5, f3, king c4, f2, that's too late. I have to do this. This probably won't be enough. King e2, king e5 is a draw. And then he can go king e2. Unbelievable. By one tempo. Okay.
White resigns.
Now, next time you're going to get punished for that opening, buddy. Okay.
Game started.
Oh, GM Yoshik. So, let's get going here. Play Sicilian with black. Do I have any hobbies besides chess? Yeah, not really at the moment. When I was working back then in the office, I had chess as my hobby, yeah? And I invested lots of time. Invested time in the channel and so on. And now I really spent lots of time on working. yeah, especially teaching. And I didn't really come to a point where I have time for hobbies. Yeah, I'm constantly doing stuff related to chess, which is not something that I want to keep on doing. I need to do some other things, but currently nothing. So, very quick play here by Mr. Yoshik. Is my a-pawn that weak? It seems he feels my e-pawn is my a-pawn is extremely weak. So let's see what he's doing here. Going b4 here, or I would like to play f5 here. So what is your point? I have bishop d8. I mean, if I really want to cover it again. No, I never played chess at work in the office back then when I had... no, that wasn't allowed at all, and not even technically possible. I think they blocked all of that stuff. The only thing that was really possible back then was to follow the odd tournament. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, you could, the chess news sites, that was working. So I ultimately blundered the a-pawn, which is great. But let's see what happens. I mean, he's in some kind of pin here. Queen will probably move though, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Yeah, my idea is f4 and checkmate. Almost. So yeah, this is a move I actually expected. He never cares much about strategic considerations. So I'm grabbing this. And now, yeah, f4, he probably goes queen b7. I'm not sure if I can allow that. And I want to cover this so that I can recapture with a piece. Yeah, many openings are playable at a normal level, let's say, that is not played on the very top level. Will instructional content return to my channel at some point? I don't know, to be honest. It's very difficult because it's a matter of how much time I have, and it's really taking lots of time to produce decent instructional content. And currently I don't have that time. I mean, I'm just absolutely busy with doing other things. So, do I get some counterplay? A-pawn is definitely quick. But like bishop d4, e3, those kind of things, they also feel dangerous. I expected him to play queen c6 and rook b7 at some point, but he never did. Maybe now. But now I will definitely consider to go to f5. Yeah, I will definitely go to f5. If he plays queen... no, it doesn't. So this looks normal for e3. Oh, that looks dangerous. Definitely dangerous. Yeah, I should definitely do some other things in chess. I'm perfectly aware of that. It's just I didn't quite get to it. Yeah, this looks dangerous for white. Really dangerous. How is he defending here? Queen c6, yeah. Okay, queen f5 though comes with a tempo on the rook. So I have a hard time to believe you can survive this. So I can take now on f2 twice. Knight e5 immediately is also interesting. It's not completely convincing though. Let's do this. Yeah, but now I can
Check.
And win the rook. Or the bishop. I think I'll take
White
the bishop.
resigns.
Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that one. I think that was a decent play. A decently played game. So, let's get going for a new one. At least one GM scalp per session is needed. Yeah, I should do some sports. You're definitely right. And I will get to it. I will definitely get to it. So, who's on there? Let's see. I would it's quite busy. Yeah, I really don't know. This kind of
started.
Position type is difficult. So let's play Jerome. We get a Sicilian here. I don't know what he plays. He plays that one. Okay, so we get the Maroczy bind. Yeah, this is a common line that I had on the board quite a number of times. So yeah, you can stop the A pawn like this. Let's see what he does. Yeah, usually you put them on C1 and B1. Not quite sure here though. It's possible. Yeah, knight d5 or not? Yeah, that's a typical question. I'm going for that, even though I just recognize that I'm weakening the d4 square in the process. Not a good queen trade. Why don't they play the close Sicilian at the top level? Yeah, because black gets a good game with about every reasonable response. It just doesn't put enough pressure. It is not a bad line to play on the club level, because it's fairly easy to learn. But on the very top, it just is not. It doesn't have enough bite, not enough pressure that you can put. Yeah, I'm trying to go to c6 here in this position. I wonder if I manage. Yeah, probably not. He will take this now. but that's not a position I mind playing. It looks roughly equal, or maybe slightly better for me. Interesting. Yeah, I was intending this anyway. Yeah, let's gain some space. I could have started with g4. Maybe that was better. Yeah, sure. Sometimes they play the closest. So Carlsen won a quite nice game there against Radoslav Wojtaszek. You're right. There's nothing wrong with the opening. It's not something that is very dangerous or to play on a regular basis. Oh wow, we get those questions still when I'm going to play Jerry. Yeah, well, he's always dodging any kind of challenge, so it's it's useless, and I think there's also no point. If he wants to play, I'm happy, but he will never play any strong YouTuber. So let's see. Don't quite see a way to make progress. It's interesting. I think
check.
Maybe I take even. His rook has no squares. This is funny. I wonder. Even rook d5 is kind of interesting. For rook takes a4, but I think doubling is stronger. Maybe rook d5 and then e5. Currently he cannot move the... Okay, he cannot move the knight, and then he moves it. But I can take a4.
Check.
Yeah, I'm not going to play Ginger GM in the nearest future. Check. Because of many other projects. I simply have no time. In the new year, that seems reasonable.
Check.
Yeah. Oh my God, you really still have complete morons there, yeah, with racist comments. Oh my God. I cannot censor. I don't have the ability. So yeah, that was probably not. I can just go a4 here. Let's go a4. Oh, that actually did irritate me. That bloody moron there didn't do this well. Going to e7 or trying to go to e7. So, oh no, let's not blunder. I forgot about that bloody move. That's really terrible. Yeah, that's a good comment. The black pieces probably triggered him. Maybe. Yeah, the king and pawn ending is still a win. But knight d2, knight e4 is still slightly tricky.
Check.
Yeah, you have crazy people no matter where you are. I mean, in a chess stream or whatever, it's really impossible to avoid, it seems.
Check. Check.
So let's see. Now over to the king side.
Check. Black resigns.
Oh, that's a cool cool question. What will be the most played opening at top level in 2015? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. I think we will see many sidelines that currently are backwaters played. Yeah. Things like knight f3, g3, b3, those kind of flank openings, I think, that are not so forced. I don't really believe that we will have still have started. The Berlin all the time. Okay, so big master. Did we get? I get a Benko in actually. Oh, a4. Okay, there's a number of good replies. This is one of them. Knight e2, wow. The knight is normally completely misplaced on e2 in the Benko, because it has absolutely no relation to the queen side, especially c4. Okay. I'm a little bit mystified. So he wants to play for mate, it seems. I don't feel that this is very likely going to succeed. Knight c2, knight d4 now. I also believe in the English openings like that we will probably see more often. On the top level, by the way, is not so, I mean, for normal players that is not particularly relevant what they do. So why isn't that working? I don't get it. Where do you go with your rook? Yeah, he loses material now. Rook a2, bishop takes e3. Yeah, the question is if I want to do that. Bishop takes, queen a2, Queen c2. Yeah, I think I will. There's no reason not to take the material. So, an exchange up. Better than nothing. Yeah, Kramnik actually rarely won with the Berlin. He drew tons of games, but I think he only won against Grishuk when Grishuk spoiled a drawn king and pawn ending in the London Candidates 2013. But Kramnik of course played the Berlin extremely effectively in his match. I still remember when that was on the internet, yeah, the first game where Kramnik played the Berlin, and at the time everybody thought, okay, this is just a one-off, yeah, he plays this once and never again, and then he played it the whole time. Yeah, okay. I'm also threatening rook b3 here. A typical Benko gone wrong for white. Yeah, his center is crumbling. Queen c2. I don't want to retreat really. Yeah. Want to keep some pressure on. Oh, wow, I didn't want to move that. Shoot, I wanted to play rook d4, of course. Wow. That was not intended. Yeah, okay, come on. Let's play that. That was completely unintended. Jesus. I wanted to go rook d4. Okay, whatever, let's trade it. This is by far not ideal. By far not ideal. Yeah, I wanted rook d4 and somehow I got onto this square. I don't know how, really. Yeah, this is not good at all. Ah, Christ. I really hate to lose against this crap play. I mean, come on. By a friggin' mouse slip. I have to play this nonsensical move now. Jesus. I placed that really bad, really weird. Can take a7. I should have just played c2 probably immediately. Wow, I don't understand anything in this game. Absolutely nothing I understand. Yeah, now I'm winning again, probably. Maybe not. It was just a totally bad
White
game.
resigns.
No, that was a completely wacky mouse slip here. Yeah, I wanted to play rook d4 in this position, just to trade stuff. Now, then he has to... This was what I wanted to do, and this should win somehow. Yeah, but somehow I went to play rook back, yeah. Weird. Okay, like one more game. And then I call it a day. At least I'm some points up. So what did I do here? I lost against Paranoid and the Dragon and the Kirlian game. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Benko is really
Game started.
quite successful opening for me. Oh, let's go Karo. Yeah, that worked fine. Sorry, guys. I had exactly the same thing against Yardbird recently. Yeah, no Karo Khan, but we got a funky Rui Lopez instead. That's a really strange looking line, but it is interesting. Bishop f7 actually gets... What? That gets trapped, buddy. I'm not just blundering a piece here when I dash out all that in 16 seconds. I have some idea. So I want a piece, but these are some pawns. How to do this? Would like to break this down quickly if possible. I'm not so happy with giving him the H file, but I think I should try to put the pawn quickly on g4 like this, so that I can use those squares here. Knight f4 is a... I'm better developed, yeah, and I should use that, I feel. So maybe I should have played knight f4 actually. Rook. Not so easy. Knight f4. Yeah, but how does he cover this now? I mean, I'm threatening to take on f3 as well. Like rook g1, I take f3. That I felt f knight g2 takes. My knight maybe is not coming back, yeah? Ah, damn. I should have thought about that. Huh.
Check.
Yeah, I have to. I have to now. There's no way back. Knight takes bishop g4 is clearly good for me, but if he's not doing this, it doesn't feel all that clear. Rook e7 maybe, or how do I enter this? I would like to enter his position. Maybe just double. Yeah, just attack g3. Yeah, this is good actually. He has no clear way of covering this. Knight f1. I probably I don't know what I do then, but knight f1 doesn't really feel dangerous. I don't really see a good move for him, and it seems he also doesn't. Okay, so taking knight e5, yes, but this is knight f7 and knight c6 are checks. But are they dangerous? I cannot really think now for a long time, so save this. I don't think that this is very dangerous. Knight c6, king c7 should be fine. Rook d6. Rook d6 maybe actually. Oh, while I have king e7. Yeah, okay. I threaten knight h3 here also. Now he's out of moves. He's really out of moves. There's a question. The Keres defense Einhorn variation. Yeah, it is. That's quite solid. It's an interesting. That's an interesting offbeat line. If you can play 1e6 like you're ready for the French, 1e6 and bishop b4 check is very okay.
Check.
I have a
Check.
good square here on b6. Wait.
Check.
I can do this. Huh? That's mate if he takes
Check.
it. That's also made.
Checkmate.
Okay, so finishing on a high note with a win. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was fun. yeah, having some regulars on like every week, and also some new names. Yeah, it was fun for me. I gained a couple of points, even though I played 1 or 2 bad games and was lucky a little bit. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back next week, next Monday. Bye bye.